Brodes Media.
It is finally game week. That's right, the Eagles play the next time we see Sunday. The next time it strikes 4:25 in the afternoon, we'll be getting our hands in the dirt and watching this team kick Bill Belichick's ass because guess what? He's not that good without Tom Brady. Mac Jones stinks. That offensive line's going to get abused, and it'll be a blast to see this team win 13 games again, win 12 games, and dominate the NFC. So I want to ask all of you out there, and I put this on social media, two different things. Let me not get too sidetracked right from the start here. We'll begin with this. Are you nervous? Are you nervous to be that team? Are you afraid to be that squad? Because let's be honest, the season after they won the Super Bowl, everyone in the locker room said this was the best team on paper. This had more talent than the team to actually hoist the Lombardi trophy. And then, well, it was horrendous. This team and this organization seems to strive at times and take strides when they are the underdog, when nobody believes in them, when you count them out. That's sort of been their DNA for the most recent times. Are you okay with being the one in the crosshairs? Are you all right with everyone bringing the juice when they know they're playing you because you are one of the best teams in the league? I'm not afraid at all, and it's really because of one guy. His name happens to be Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts gives me the confidence that I need. He has a different way of thinking. Okay, he's wired in a way that maybe 0.05% of human beings are wired. His competitive nature is absurd. The way he thinks the game, the way he prepares for the game, the way that he gets everybody else motivated to do their jobs, you can't even process it. It's too good to be true. Why do I feel as great as I do as the top team? Because of Jalen Hurts. Why is Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs always involved? Because of Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid. Now, I'm not saying Nick Sirianni is in the class of Andy Reid by any means because his resume will wow you to death. But Jalen Hurts gives you the chance. Why is everybody so excited about the New York Jets? Aaron Rodgers. Why do you think the Cincinnati Bengals have a chance? Joe Burrow. Why were the Patriots magnificent and they no longer are? Tom Brady. When you have the guy, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, that's a team that everybody speaks highly of. Why? It happens to be one man, Josh Allen. And when you look at this NFC, I'm not saying the Eagles don't have to face anybody and there's no good teams at all in the NFC. I'm not saying that. There's way more talent at the quarterback position in the AFC. That doesn't take away from what the Eagles control, though. There's nothing you can do about that. Whatever the division is, the division is. Nobody ever says, well, Tom Brady technically had to play a piss-poor Buffalo team, an awful Miami Dolphins organization, and what else? Oh, yeah, the New York Jets. When was the last time they saw the postseason? That's what Tom Brady was up against nonstop in the AFC East. You cannot do anything about it. So I don't blame the Eagles for facing this team or seeing this squad or for the NFC not having some upper elite talent. Sorry. Who's the second best quarterback in this conference right now? Maybe Jared Goff. Once again, nothing you can do about it. Go take the football and dominate. Go be the MVP. Go be the stud. Go be the franchise QB that every team that doesn't have one dreams about. And they wake up in a big pile of drool because all they want is to have that in their locker room. We have it. So I'm not afraid for 1 second. Also, there's not many organizations that have a Jason Kelce, that have a Lane Johnson. And we're even learning Fletcher Cox has some of that in him. Because Tim McManus of ESPN, he put out a fantastic article. If you have not read, or if you have not checked it out, I absolutely suggest that you read it. And you should definitely consume it. But it's about Jalen Carter and what the Eagles went through leading up to the draft. And right before the draft, Jalen Carter, his camp made a call, and Howie Roseman was also a part of this, saying, you will not regret it. And that basically solidified that the Eagles will pounce. And I'm glad they did, because this dude is going to take over games. This guy will wreak havoc. He will get sacks. He will destroy you. And he'll put so much pressure on your offensive line and your quarterback, you won't know what to do. And then there's also Jordan Davis clogging stuff up. Fletcher Cox eating up a ton of space. Well, you hear Nolan Smith or Brandon Graham or Josh Sweat or, who was that? Oh, that's right. Hassan Reddick. Good luck. Good luck. They are going to eat you alive. It's going to be amazing. But they brought up in that piece that Fletcher Cox, during the offseason, he'd be calling Jalen Carter. Yo, what's your weight? Checking in, seeing how he's doing physically, seeing how he's doing with his body, knowing that there's one goal in mind. We're going to go win the championship. Say what you want about how hard it is to get back to the Super Bowl, especially after a loss. You're emotionally damaged. Well, no, go listen to what the leader's saying. It's time to flip the script. It's time. We got a game on Sunday. What happened in the past is irrelevant at this point. We play at 4:25 in the afternoon in Foxborough. It's time to start this new journey. We're about to hit a new path. I'm sure he wants it bad, and he'll use last year's loss as some sort of fuel, because that's what Jalen Hurts does. With that said, you have to find the balance of moving on. They're already moving on. And the way that they prepare and the way that they're focused on the goal, there was one time this offseason, and maybe it was just because it was the time of the year. I'll be completely honest with you. When it's the middle of the summer and you're talking Phillies every single day and the Sixers crap is all over and the Flyers draft is completed and you're in that ground of nothingness, you sometimes grab on to stuff, maybe a little too emotionally, because, well, what can we say about the Eagles? What can we dissect with this roster? What is there to discuss? And one of the things I brought up was constantly hearing or seeing that at camp, there was things mentioned about the Super Bowl, losing the Super Bowl, Nick Sirianni wearing something Super Bowl. Well, they always wanted to stress, get better every day. Each day you get 1% better. I was wondering, are they overstepping what they preached last year? And is that a bad thing? Are they jumping over the process of getting to the Super Bowl and just imagining the Super Bowl? Now, here's a counter to that. And that's how I felt in the summer. I no longer feel that way because I just know that Jalen Hurts. That's what it is. It really is. It really is that much of an easy answer for me. It's Jalen Hurts. There's only a handful of guys that I would put this much stock into. Dude's a different cat.